Good evening and welcome to eRepair. So today we're working on an 8th series Samsung Galaxy Tab. As you can see, we've got a nicely smashed screen to deal with. I don't know the backstory. I bought this off of eBay for £30. Exact model is an SMX200. It does just need a new screen. So today we're just going to tackle that. I've already bought the new screen. The new screen was also £30. And again, I've looked in a few different places. I couldn't find this through the main supplier, so I also bought this one from eBay. So if you're going to do this, I'd normally recommend replace base, but I think eBay is probably your best bet at the moment until these become more mainstream and more available. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to heat this up. There's a number of ways to do it. I have a heat pad off to one side that I'm going to pop this on for a couple of minutes. Some of you may have not quite got that level of equipment. You could use a heat gun as long as you're careful, and a hairdryer potentially, but you are going to take quite a long time and it's going to need a lot of heating with that. So a heat gun or heat plate, if you've got them. I've got mine set on 90 degrees, so I'm just going to leave this for a couple of minutes now just to heat, and then we'll come back to it and carry on working on the screen. Right, so the top of this tab is now at the point where I can just touch it. It's hot enough that we can do this, but not ridiculous. So just to get us going, I'm going to start in a corner. I am going to use a metal pry tool. I find that easier. Some people may not be willing to cause any damage, but being as this is for me, I'm happy that I'm just doing the minimum. There you go, that's all I'm going to do. Just put it in a little bit and then I'm going to take over with a pick. So slide the pick in there, just like that, and that's the last I'm going to use that metal pry tool. And so it's just to get it started, but not to continue on. And then all we're going to do at this point is we're just going to work our way around. We've got to cut the adhesive on the screen all the way around. And you can see how quick and easy it does come free. This tablet will cool incredibly quickly, so you will have to work quite quickly as well. There are a couple of sensors along the top just to be aware of, and make sure that you're careful around them. So about there I'm going to stop and I'm just going to use the pick itself to help lever the screen forward. So again, we're just going to work our way down this edge. And at any point, if you find that the screen is getting too cool, like it's beginning to get cool now, and I'm going to go back to the heat plate again and I'm just going to carry on working, because that is so difficult now to push any further down there because it's just cooled too much. So we're going to hold there. You can just start to see it's coming up now, and then we're going to do the rest of the screen. So I'm going to pop this back on the heat plate to get warm, because I only really did one half of it, and then I'm going to work around and do the other half. Let that heat up to, again, 90 degrees, and then work the rest of it. So again, we're back on here now. We'll just keep going all the way around. I like to leave a couple of plectrums in along the way just to make sure the screen doesn't stick back down again. Now there is a cable under here attaching the back of this screen, so we do just need to be careful with the last bit. So there we go, that is the adhesive cut all the way around. So I'll carefully lift this now. I can't remember exactly where the cable is. It's there. So what we're going to do, we're going to just flip this back on itself, so you'll see now there's our cable. And we do have a tri-wing screw on here, I think it is, if I remember rightly. Oh no, sorry, take it back, it's a crosshead. I thought it was a tri-wing, in my head it was a tri-wing. We've still got some adhesive attached here. We just want to be careful of that ribbon, so we're just trying to move and work our way around it without damaging anything. Now this tablet is not turned off because I can't, the digitizer has broken, so I just need to be careful about unscrewing things and making sure that I don't touch the board. Right, so that is all undone. We'll disconnect this flex. So there we go, that's our screen disconnected, and we'll just undo the battery as well, just to make sure that the tablet is off. So that's the battery done. If you did want to remove this battery, you just pull these tabs up and then the whole battery would come away. So really, really easy. Right, next thing we'll do, I've already prepped the new screen, so we'll just pull that over here. So that's our new screen. We do need to transfer the flex cable off of this one. So if we can get this up easily, just see if we can get this captain tape up. Cool, and then we'll undo this little clip here and pull it away, just like that. And then we're going to undo this little clip here and push it back in. Super easy. And then we'll lock it down, just like that. And then we'll reuse this bit of tape because it's absolutely fine. Just like that. We can pop that off to one side. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to give this screen a test and just make sure it all works. So we'll carefully here plug the cable back in. I'm sorry you can't see it off screen. And we'll also plug in the battery cable. So screen's connected, battery's connected. Right, let's just power this on. Hopefully we should have some life. So I haven't put that screw in that little bracket back in, we do need to do that. Let's just get this turned on and make sure it actually works. Let's just bring this way around. And then we'll see if it's good in a minute. I just need to test the digitizer and make sure that the touchscreen works. And then assuming it does, we can go on and seal this screen in. And yeah, we're good. Oh, it's looking good. Bro, really pleased with that. So there you go, as you can see, everything's absolutely working, the touchscreen is lovely, all the swipe works absolutely fine, so I'm happy with the touchscreen. So the next thing we're going to do, we're going to take this back out, we're going to give it a bit clean up around the edge, and then we will we'll have the screen installed properly. So let's just lock this so it doesn't short anything out. So the next thing we're going to do, if I can try and do this carefully, is disconnect this battery, disconnect the screen again. We're just going to grab any little bits of crabby, scabby adhesive, of which it looks like we only managed to leave one tiny little piece behind, and I've lost it down under the frame there, so we're going to leave that there. The rest, I've pre-adhesived the screen, so if I bring the screen back on, you'll see I've pre-adhesive around the edge, that's all done. The only edge I haven't done is this one here, because I've got nothing skinny enough to do, but I have ordered some new tape that will do that. I'm not going to stress about it for the time being, it's only for me anyway. So we'll get the screen installed now. So if we just take this tape off of here, take the backing off. Cool, right, so that's that done. So we're going to get ready to put the screen back in now. So turn this back up the right way. I'm going to do this carefully now without getting the adhesive on anything. Let's try and do this without getting my head in the shot. So that's that connected. Now we'll put the power back on.
What's that? This part.
Come on.
Which?
Trying to do this on camera is very tricky. Let's turn this up the other way so it's easier for me.
Good job.
Right, there we go. That's all reconnected. Final thing I need to do, which I can't really show you easily, is just reconnect the cover for the battery, which we'll just do quickly now. Put it that way up. There's a little locating pin that it sits on, just here on this side. And then the only other thing we've got to do is screw that screw in. So I've got to try and do it now without dropping it on the board and shorting anything. So that's done, everything's covered. I've just done something wrong there because we actually need to hook this board under on the right hand side. So if you look, let me show you again. If I can even lift this down board up. If you look, there's a little silver bit here on this side that it sits under. So you just slide it in first, like that, and then hook it down, and then you're good. So that's that all tightened down. Then we're going to install our screen now. So very carefully, we're going to line everything up on one edge. So that's nice and lined up, and then we'll just drop it into position and give it a nice push on each corner all the way along. Make sure the adhesive holds, and it should all just stick in, and then we're all good at that point. So we'll just turn it back on one more time and just check it. Hopefully it's got enough charge in it. It was on 2%, so we might not be alright. And fingers crossed we are good. All in all, for a Samsung device, I have to say this has been a really good, easy repair. It's not one I've done before. It does seem really straightforward. I think for most people in the home who've not got much equipment, this is a really easy one to repair, especially if you've got kids who are just going to destroy it like mine are. Actually, this is a really nice tablet to get them because it's very repairable, and not too much of an investment. So that's us done. My last bit will just be to test it, which I can do very quickly off camera and make sure everything works as I'm expecting it to. If this helped you do your own repair, or you found the video useful, please drop me a like, leave me a comment, say thanks. I will always reply to all my messages wherever I can, and hopefully come back to you with some advice if you're stuck. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.
Goodness.